My favorite friend is Catherine Moonfax and just character. Catherine herself, she have a daughter just came out. Her environmental well, I mean, just speaking of capitalism, well, I mean, speaking of capitalism, half 80% of the open book that is just all about that book. It's a
Please, sir, may I come on the pit?
Well, I mean, in a way, you saw the Fantastic Four. True. I don't know if you were a post-credits scene,
What's up?
What's up?
We got a special guest here today.
OMG!
OMG!
Who are
Guess
we
who's
here
in the
with?
studio?
That's right, Matt.
Matt.
His first appearance
Matt.
ever.
Everybody was guessing it.
That's a lie. Matt Tomohafo.
Well,
For the second time on the pit. First time in the studio.
Exactly.
yes.
Tell us a bit about yourself, Matthew.
Well, I am.
Film student.
Film
Yeah,
student.
I'm a film student with you guys, with you two.
20 years old. Soon to be 21.
Yeah, soon to be 21 on
Happy
Saturday.
birthday.
It's a happy birthday app.
I'm not ready.
No.
My dreams. I hope to be a director one day.
One day.
And writer.
Yep,
Writer.
writer too.
Yeah.
You wrote a project that we all worked on last semester.
Yeah.
Yes,
A lot of
yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
Writer,
The
director.
Iron Hand, which is one of my passion projects.
Exactly.
And now I'm currently writing another project, which is also a passion project of
You
mine.
want to talk about it a bit, or?
Well, it's loosely,
Can I check your microphone for a second? Okay.
well, it's loosely inspired on like my bullying experience.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Your
how-
bullying experience.
Yeah, I was bullied as a kid, believe it or not. But
Not your
it's-
experience bullying other
Yeah.
people.
No.
Okay.
The other
Kind
way
of like
around.
Oliver Twist.
Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah.
Or Pip.
But yeah, it's
Or any
basically
one of them
how
orphans.
horror movies basically saved my life.
I'd love.
There's like
love to see
characters
it.
that actually symbolize like my depression
Mhm.
and
Mm-hmm.
my anxiety, like
Yeah.
characters, and the monster symbolizes like horror movies and all that stuff. And I really would like to shoot it.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know yet though.
Sounds very
We
cool.
would
I'm
love
gonna
to
try
help.
get Ethan to act as the main
Yes.
character.
Love to see an Ethan
Or
act.
Or Q is an actor.
For
Ugh.
the first time.
Yep.
Yeah. Exciting. Terrifying.
It'll be great.
We'll see. But yeah, Matt's in the studio. You love Del Toro. You want to speak to that a little bit?
Yes, I love Guillermo del Toro. I own all of his Criterions.
Hell
And there's
yeah.
only like 3. And I do own all of his movies too.
Do you own Pinocchio?
Not yet.
Then that's a lie.
I'm gonna buy. I'm
We-
buying it tomorrow actually. So,
Okay.
Why are you
perfect.
buying it tomorrow? What's tomorrow?
Because I have no money.
Wait
I
till
get
the
paid
sale.
tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Wait till the sale.
Yeah, the sale's coming in February.
Wait till the sale, my boy. I'm gonna get the trial.
We will
Finally
all.
doing it.
Yeah, we're
Well,
all
I've got,
gonna
like,
buy
a whole
stuff.
list of what I want to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wanna run down that?
Oh God. Well, Pinocchio is definitely on that list. Yeah.
It's a gorgeous cover.
It is. It's amazing. It's like wood carvings. and
Yeah.
stuff. Jabberwocky is another one I would really
There
want.
you go.
What else is there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Diabolique, I think it is.
Dope. Some good ones. We'll
Yeah.
get you on when those come up.
Yeah.
You're locked in for
Might
all
get
Del
some
Toros.
Cronenberg too.
Some
Yeah, I'm locked in. I
Cronenberg.
better be
What
locked in for all the
Cronenbergs?
Del Toros
What
because
Cronenbergs? Talk to me, baby.
Videodrome.
Videodrome. It's a
You gotta
gorgeous.
do Videodrome.
I'm thinking
Gorgeous.
about Videodrome and well, you can't really find the Brood anywhere.
Yeah, you can.
You can?
Yeah.
Are they
You're
selling it
thinking
now?
Dead Ringers.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Dead Ringers, yeah.
You just have to hit up Sam when he goes to
Vancouver
and
and
have him
finds
hunt
it.
down for you. Did we ever talk about it on the pit?
Actually, I'm.
I think I was pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
You
for,
found it?
For Ethan's birthday, kind
Yeah.
of. I found a copy of Dead Ringers.
Gorgeous gift.
Holy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I stumbled upon the booklet for it somewhere.
We talked about that on the pit, allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. It's a
Allegedly,
complete Criterion.
there used to be a copy of of Dead Ringers at the library here, or there still is. Just allegedly, it is
No,
there.
Fell off a truck.
It fell off a truck. Something happened.
No guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happened.
Yeah.
Well, hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically.
I'm just gonna pause the recording for a second because I'm very worried. And we're back.
Movie magic.
Nothing ever happened.
Yeah. So, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good.
First week of classes, we're all back in the studio together.
Yeah.
We were online last couple. But it's nice to be Back in the proper studio.
Yeah.
First guest of the new year.
Oh yeah.
So
Woo!
Matt was on Solo previously.
yes.
Yeah, for like.
Infamously derided episode.
Okay, so I gotta tell you something funny.
Hmm.
So
Get some hate mail.
no, on that solo day, I just came home from work,
Yeah.
and it was a long day. Like I was like sunburnt and everything. I go to lay down, and then I fall asleep.
Yeah.
I wake up to getting a call from Ethan, and
With everyone.
and I'm like, okay, so
On the Solo.
I answer it,
Let's talk
and
about
I
these children.
like you could hear it in my voice though, because I listened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sound like I just woken up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, because I did. I
Yeah.
actually did just wake up.
We need,
perfect.
we need everybody, We need to talk about,
The most
Them kids.
influential movie of all time. Solid.
To be honest, I had no idea what the hell was going on. Still, I was like,
no one does.
Yeah.
Today.
Although if you want a good solo episode, listen to our M at.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good. There's honestly some good solo talk on there.
There's a redux of
Right.
sorts.
Yeah.
Sorry, Taylor Swift's fan account.
Yeah. Listen to that.
And
M.
I'll
Listen
never
to M.
forget myself. Every day I wake up and I'm just trying to make it right.
Exactly.
I'm just trying.
Everything I do is for the Taylor Swift fan account now.
I'm just trying to make it right.
Every movie I make,
I'm trying my best.
every step I take.
so are you both Swifties?
No,
No.
but I followed that account, so
What's her
I have to. Sing it loud, sing it proud. You're a Swiftie, you know.
I only remember one Taylor Swift song,
What's that?
and that was back like I think it was it the Red Album or something like that? It was that one, the music video.
I'm gonna let you finish. Sorry.
The music video was the one with her on the beach,
Okay.
and she's like screaming about a boyfriend or something.
Well, when we hit that solo up again, here's the pledge. We'll all listen to a lot of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll be a Taylor Swift smash
Mostly
solo.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, it'll
It's
be a
built
bit
Play it in the
basically-
background.
that will be solely for that.
Once we get around, once we finish the collection, we
Yeah.
go back.
Mm.
Solo's pretty early.
We'll be singing
Oh.
Taylor. We'll be, talking solo, talking bashes.
We'll be older, we'll be wiser, we'll be good.
So wise.
I mean, you two will be.
You will be too, because you'll be on the app.
Yeah.
Yeah, forgot about that.
Everyone will be there. We'll have just everyone coming in and out. right?
Exactly.
We'll have the rotation.
And we'll
Now-
sing Wave and Flag
Now
at the end
here
as
is
well.
Matt. Now here's Matt.
Yep,
Yeah.
here's Keegan.
All y'all have to rewatch it too.
Yep.
Sorry.
Very well.
We're gonna watch it tonight. Solo.
No, we're gonna watch on Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
tradition.
The tradition. Valentine's Day.
Oh wait, did you watch it?
It was on Valentine's Day.
Dark memories.
Yep.
I think that was the first movie that I watched with you guys.
That was the first J.
That was
Crow
the
movie.
first
That was
J.
the
Crow
first
movie.
one that I went to.
Wow.
Why did we turn Solo on for that?
That's iconic, man.
Yeah.
I remember because
You just got thrown right into
I
it.
remember because we were in
2D.
2D fundamentals, and
Mhm.
I think it was Ethan. It was Ethan who came up to me and just goes, "Yo, you want to come over and watch Solo?" And that was something I never wanted to hear
Yeah.
in my life.
Well, the rest is history.
Yeah.
Have we talked about the influence of J. Crow movie nights?
I mean, that's like a big part.
Yeah.
Everything, really.
That's everything. Just last semester, we'd have
Not
this
like-
one day.
like
Last
last
year. Second semester.
Pretty
much
A year
the
ago
whole
now.
Yeah.
We just have this fuck day. Tuesdays and Thursdays for me would be 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
4 classes, all
It
of
was
the
for
same
both of
Jake,
us.
too.
It was
Yeah.
for
Yeah, not
just
me.
trapped in school. And it was a heavy day, drawing,
Yeah.
First thing, film history. It was a lot. It was a lot of bonding. Locked us in.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then
Oh,
after,
wow.
we go to Jake's, we get very high and just watch very disturbing movies. Usually.
Crazy movies. We would try to get like a variety of people to
Yeah.
come to.
Yeah. We
Eventually, the
watch
formation kind of
Crash,
walked in.
Videodrome.
Yeah.
Deliverance.
Yeah.
Solo.
Cannibal Holocaust.
Yes.
That was
Don't remember any of that. I just focused on that pizza heavily.
Yeah.
During that.
Just good double feature nights.
Yeah. It was.
We're back to it this semester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're locking back.
Which I'm excited.
It was sick.
Yeah.
Just these nights.
Just in that theater room. It's
That
rough.
theater room was great.
We've told the great Aiden Savior story.
Yeah.
Oh
The
no!
whole night.
Yeah.
It was like we each chips.
We need chips.
Even before we got to the house.
Yeah.
Like
I must say-
I think I texted Jake. I said, "Bring chips," because I forgot to bring
Yeah,
it.
the whole night we needed chips.
We needed chips.
We couldn't go
Yeah.
anywhere. We were pretty intoxicated, and
Yeah.
we were just hitting people up throughout the night. And Matt was the main trooper on that front.
Oh yeah, I
Matt
was
Snapchat.
That's with the boys.
I was
you know.
craving, you know.
Yeah.
I was a fiend. I was foaming up my mouth, you know.
That was
Eventually, what, it was
That
like
called
1 or 2 in
somebody.
the morning?
It was
yeah.
Yeah.
Called somebody. And she's like, "Who are you with?" And he yelled, "I'm with the boys." Expected us to all like,
Yeah.
we just
and then they all just remained quiet. I was like, you guys are.
Yeah.
we just stayed quiet.
It was so good.
It was brutal. But at last, it was like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Paul Aiden, our boy, and he pulled through with chips.
Chips. He said he was gonna get ice cream. But yeah.
It was a ball,
And then we watched the thing. That was
Thank,
great.
thankful for that, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Glorious,
a
glorious
beautiful
night.
night. Here we are, 1 year later,
Yep.
thicker than thieves.
Somebody bring us chips.
Where are the chips at?
I'm bringing chips tonight.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, tonight we're having. It's kind of the return.
The return of Jake Robbins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he wants to
Some burner.
talk to me.
Burner?
Oh, we should do talk to me.
Because we're hitting
Because
the.
Graham's got the
Yeah.
Grammy bought the
hand.
new pipe, which is so perfect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Hype for that.
Yeah.
So that should be good. That's the lore with Matt, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot more lore.
So much. So much.
You'll figure it out.
That
as we
lore
go.
after dark, man.
Yeah.
So much lore.
Well, no, Del Toro.
I'd love doing after
Yeah.
dark with-
For the Del Toro stuff, you're gonna
Yeah,
learn some
I
lore.
was
about-
referring
Yeah.
to the Jacob movie nights.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we
Oh.
can't get into it, but
Yeah.
we got
I would love to
shroomy
do
some
after
nights.
dark with Matt. One day.
It
Real
was,
shroom.
it was, a lot of stuff came out those nights.
Oh yeah.
It was wild.
But we all got really close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
We're
bonded,
beyond
man.
those.
Thicker than
Yeah.
thieves, man.
Exactly.
And I'm happy to find. I'm happy to start getting this to
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here. So,
You are.
I do.
Yeah. So here we are. I know it's like that's us right now. We're right back to watching
We started with Napoleon Personally, I wasn't really a fan. Because I enjoyed the battles. The battles. It was boring. It was cool. The battles. Execution seems to be so. However, some of the dialogue is very
Where this movie excels in
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
I agree. Because this I believe. I could be wrong. Because I don't know much about. I don't know much about.
so many scenes in which exposition, shot, and execution. It's so quick as you can. It's a shot.
There's so many.
Yes.
Cuts. And then once again, they'll be like, it looks great. That's where I think Scott, he's a great sky fighter. I say Scott. I've always said Scott. Because he did Alien and Blade Runner. Lackluster. Yeah. I'm glad it's on.
Solid. Crazy. I've seen it twice. I don't know.
You liked it better though?
I liked it better the first time. First time, because I think I wasn't expecting it to be goofy at all, so I was like so taken aback. And
Yeah.
what?
So much fun.
Yeah.
Just him stomping his feet.
Sex with you. Please.
So sexy.
Destiny has brought me this lamb chop.
Oh, it's so awkward.
It's awesome.
So great.
Should've been the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like this is how I'm repitching Napoleon. It's just
Priscilla.
one night, right, with Josephine and Napoleon, and just follows him trying to like seduce her and like be intimate with her.
Yeah.
And it's just the most awkward shit. And you just stay in there.
And I would love, you get she's having an affair.
Yeah.
Like you get the affair people like kind of coming to the
Yeah.
house, and it's just the vibes,
Yeah, the film starts
Like-
with one of these big famous battles. You have that epic
Yeah.
battle, right?
Yeah.
You set up Napoleon as this figure,
Yeah.
so tactical, and then he goes home, and you have it be kind of a surprise, all
Yeah.
that stuff, and you have the cuck shit.
Yeah. I loved, like, right after Josephine and Napoleon get married, they're eating dinner and they're at opposite sides of the
Yeah.
table, and there's just this incredible edit, like this great cut, where, like, Napoleon's looking around the table, Josephine's looking at just the one guy, and you see them just, like, make eye contact for a second, and it's like,
And you
that just sets up
instantly
their
know.
affair. Yeah, exactly. It's perfect.
So yeah, Ridley, you don't know what you're doing. We do. So
Really, you know what you're doing.
Apple, give us money.
Give us money. You're funding seemingly anything. Give us $200 million.
Let us make the Critterpit movie. Let us
Yeah.
make Pink.
Let us make
Please.
Pink.
Yeah. Yeah. Napoleon, 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
I probably would.
Next up.
Ferrari. Ferrari.
And I like how
My name is Enzo
with the
Ferrari.
biopics we went like chronological order, kind of. It's like Napoleon is in
Napoleon
the
is
Yeah.
like in the
1800s, then it's the 50s, and then
Yeah.
it's
80s.
But yeah, Ferrari.
Ferrari. My name is Ferrari.
I enjoyed it.
I liked it.
I liked how
Gorgeous.
Yes,
Yes.
gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Technically, I'll say flawless. On a technical level, near flawless.
Yeah,
Just-
just one flaw maybe.
Yeah.
It looked like there was
Some of
something
the,
over the lens.
yeah.
It was just
But
Some of the
Michael.
shots were-
Michael, man, just the way he shoots like the cars, you know, and the technology and the dynamics of racing. It's so
Yeah.
riveting. And
rumbling of the engine.
yeah, and the sound design, and even beyond just
this
the
was a
sound design.
commercial for Ferrari. Like if it was
Yeah.
a 2-minute commercial,
We had it
Killed.
sold.
kill. Yeah.
Even
would've
in
bought it.
the sound design, like the cars sound great and all, but like there's this scene where they're in this church during mass, and they're
Mhm.
like,
And then they
all
have the
timers,
stopwatches.
Yeah.
like,
and they all
past
like
stuff,
sync up the
past
sound.
stuff.
So good.
So brilliant. Yeah.
Like seeing that in theaters was just a really great experience.
Yeah. The sound is great. The
Looks
music is bad.
The music's bad, so bad. Like
Yeah.
the drops just
To be honest,
confusing.
Yeah.
did not actually listen too much.
It was more like where it was placed for
Yeah.
me. Like
It just
yeah.
felt
there
cheesy.
were several like dramatic like bong
So
stingers.
so
so it's
like
like yeah.
like every scene with the wife.
Yeah, exactly.
And that gets to the heart of my issue with the film is just I think Ferrari as a protagonist is very compelling, very interesting, and you have a very interesting setup with this secret marriage he has with a secret child, and he's trapped with his wife, and
Secret
she
child that
controls.
seemingly everybody
Yeah,
else knows.
it's fun.
Yeah.
And she controls Ferrari, his like wife he hates and is stuck with.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really interesting setup, but where it fails is the
Michael
female
Mann.
character.
Michael Mann.
Yeah, exactly. The female character is so underwritten, so it's like, how can I get emotionally invested in this one? It's just these
And I
characters
noticed that too.
defined entirely by their relationship to Ferrari, their
Yeah.
anger towards him, or his sadness. How do I get invested?
No
in this?
other goals.
Right.
Like it's,
It robs the film entirely of emotional heft. Like, there should be scenes in there
Absolutely.
that should hit hard, but instead it's just
There was one that
the
did
music
hit
comes
hard.
in. Doo-doo. It
There
looks
was
great.
one that did hit hard.
Yeah.
it was a good transition.
You want to set up that scene?
Alright, so, am I allowed to do spoilers here?
Oh, absolutely.
Alright, so, it is
It's
the,
history.
well, there was this really tragic, part in, what was it?
Mille.
Yeah, the Mille Mille in 1957,
Yeah.
I think. And there was this really tragic part where one of the driver's tires popped and
Yeah, you hit a
It-
sharp.
Yeah,
section.
little piece of shrapnel.
it
And-
flew through the air and it crushed about
Nine
nine
people,
people.
five
and
children.
5 of them were children.
Yeah.
And
Really
And then, like,
brutal scene.
Crushed them, but like, just
Yeah.
flew through them.
yeah, and it's the way
Such a
that they
jarring
shot
scene.
it.
And
It was just
yeah.
kind of horrific.
So
Very
fucking
horrific.
freaky. And the build up to that scene's so good too, because you have all this
Yeah.
tension throughout the race building up, and then it alleviates a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And then just like that, and you know what's gonna happen with all the setup.
So
You get Justice League with the family in the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're all dead.
I kind of had a feeling something was going to
Yeah,
happen. But
it's brutal, and then you see fucking corpses in half afterwards.
Yeah.
Really dark.
So I did a lot more, like, kind of, because I want to make sure that this actually happened, and I searched it up. Yeah, some of the aftermath. I saw, like, some aftermath. I didn't see any bodies, though, but I saw the car wreckage, and I saw where it happened, and even just me looking at that car wreckage knew I was like,
Yeah.
it was a very
It's bad.
Yeah. Quite bad.
crash that.
Real bad.
Tragic, but it wasn't actually the worst accident in the Millie's.
Really?
No, there
In
was-
that race or another race?
they're in a different.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was one I think where maybe it was a different
Mhm.
race thing.
What
but
happened?
there was one where a car driver, or as he was driving, his opponent kind of cut him off awkwardly, or something happened, and then it like sped, and it kind of lost control, crashed straight into the side,
Oof.
and it went flying into a stand full of
Oh my god.
where
Wow.
84 people
Crash.
died.
84 people?
84 people
Wow.
were dead and injured.
Okay. Damn, dude.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
let me
even-
actually search this
even
number
watching
up.
this, like you can tell, like it's just ripe for accident.
Yeah.
They're in these like tiny roads, and there's crowds of people.
It's not even like the
That's
tiny roads,
fucked.
it's the fact
And-
that they didn't have like the coverage.
And let's
Yeah.
get into like Ferrari's kind of complicitness in this. He actively is like, if
Yeah.
it's you or them, it's
Choose you.
It's
Yeah.
you. Yeah, it's you.
Yeah.
He doesn't really say it, but he basically
Well, he
says
says,
go
like,
out to
you
kill.
know-
He was a very emotionally dead kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his expectation was that you need to be willing to die for
Do or
him.
die.
Yeah.
Right? And
It
if that
must
means
be
killing another person,
Yeah.
and it, like, yeah, you kill another person to win.
Yes.
It was
It's really dark, man. Ugh,
But made some good cars.
made some great cars. And I
His
love.
illegitimate son, he eventually claimed him.
There you
Yeah.
go. So it's a happy ending.
cool.
Yeah.
A lot of dead sons. That Ferrari loves killing sons.
Yes. Yes.
I don't think he has a lot of dead sons.
We had one dead son.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
that
but
one.
he
That
likes
wasn't
killing
really his-
sons. He kills.
Yeah,
He doesn't
kills
kill,
Kills
but
some
his
men.
machines kill.
Yeah.
A lot of young men.
It wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
He was a better driver. He would have
yeah.
been fine.
If you want a scapegoat, blame me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I hate my
Their
wife.
accents were.
Some
Some of them were.
I
a
thought he
little
did
all over
pretty
the
good,
place.
but
I
like
like
the
that
accent
Yeah.
when he yells, it's like
It's gone.
You're losing it.
Yeah.
It's Kylo.
It was the secret wives
Yeah.
that I had. And I
Shailene
think
Woodley.
I mentioned this to Sam.
Yeah.
I turned over to him and I was like, is it just me or does she go in and out of accents?
Yeah.
Looked great though.
Look, beautiful movie.
That shot with him in the mirror, and you have his face kind of like getting cut off and distorted at the edge of the mirror, and he's shot exclusively in that mirror.
Yeah.
Looks so good.
I mean, so much of this movie was also just begging for split diopter.
Yeah.
They had, like,
throughout this entire movie, me and
Yeah.
Sam look over each other.
split diopter. If it was me on the DOP right there, throw that split diopter.
Yeah, throw
it would have
that
looked
bad
so
boy.
good. Because they just have
First used
such
in 1940 by Greg Toland.
yeah, and they just have such like clear divisions in this movie too between Ferrari and his production line, between his family. Like I
That
think it would have
estrangement
worked
would've
so
came
well.
through really
yeah.
well. Yeah.
But fucking pussy, Michael Mann.
Pussy, get more expressionistic with the camera.
I dare you. I dare you.
And write better scripts. I
Yeah.
dare you.
Show your script to a woman. See what she
Yeah.
says.
Get Michael Woman in
Michael
there.
Woman.
Yeah.
Michelle Woman. Where's Michelle Woman?
Yeah, Michelle Woman in the studio.
We need her.
Yeah.
Michael, what are you doing?
Yeah. I liked it though. I think
Yeah.
another 6 out of 10 for
5
me.
out of 10.
Yeah.
I think
Ferrari. And I love all the scenes of just the Italians. When he goes to town, it's
Yeah.
just all the Italians fucking around and they're riffing off each other. So good. So much
good.
fun.
with their slick
Yeah.
back.
And they're yelling
Oh,
at
the
each other.
fashion
It's like,
stuff.
oh, you go tell your mother. You know, it's
Yeah.
great. It's so
What are you
much.
doing, that boy?
Italians, such a fun people.
What a crazy people.
Yeah, what a crazy people.
I'm part Italian.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I found that out.
Hell yeah.
My grandma.
Italian Mexican.
My
Were you
grandmother.
offended by this movie?
No, I don't care.
I was offended. As an Italian, I burdened.
Yeah. I could tell.
I was pretty offended. I was sitting
Every-
there shaking my
The whole time Ethan was going, Mamma mia.
Mamma mia!
This is not that was back in Italy.
This is not what it's like in my own country.
Yeah.
Ferrari's a good man.
Mamma mia,
Ferrari's a good man. He's making the best car.
You're making the best car.
He's go fast.
This is the whole time.
All right. Sorry, I just said all right.
Yeah.
I don't know why the hell I said that.
All
That's
right.
ending the discussion.
Yeah.
6
All right.
out of
That's
10.
it for Ferrari. 5 out of 10. What do you give it, Matt?
I give it 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
All of this next movie,
I hate it.
The Iron Claw. I think we can all agree, worst movie we saw of the
yes,
lot.
it
No, this was the best of the biopic roundup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you want to intro this film, Matthew?
I watched it twice.
You've seen it twice, yeah.
First time I watched it, I felt terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Second time I watched it, I nearly cried.
Nearly.
Well, I did cry. Okay, I teared up. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I did tear up like multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iron Claw was great. It follows just the Von Erich family of wrestlers
And they're
in the-
cursed.
And their
the
tragedy.
early WWE era,
Yeah.
and it was pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
And
sad movie.
It explores like ideals about like.
Mhm. I
Yeah.
will say, of all the biopics, this is the most biopic of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like just in form, and it suffers from that greatly, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can predict a lot of the movie. Just you were mentioning that survivor perspective.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah. I feel that, like, there's only spoilers. There's only one brother of the lot that survived to
Mhm.
the making of this movie, and he is a very kind of saintly figure
Yeah.
in it, and it the whole movie feels very cathartic for him.
Mhm.
Like he gets these goodbyes with every
Yeah,
character,
it feels
and it's
very
like,
set up, and it's very effective.
it's
but
very
like,
effective. But
s-
and I don't even think
could-
that's bad to like have those moments.
Mhm.
Like I do feel
Just-
like it's a good thing for him, but it's maybe
Coulda
to the
gelled a
detriment of
bit.
the movie.
gelled
yeah.
a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this movie's really effective in what it does.
Mm-hmm.
Just
You
could have been done a
appreciate those you
little.
love.
Yeah.
Could have been done a little smoother.
Yeah.
But it's so
But
sad.
it's
I cried
such
during
a.
this.
It is. It's a heart wrenching.
I didn't
Fucking in
cry.
real life, 5
I'll never
brothers.
cry.
In this one,
Funny
4
enough.
brothers.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was the
All
last movie
suicide.
I watched of 2023.
Hell yeah.
I
Nice.
watched it on New Year's Eve.
Nice.
So,
Crying yourself into the new year.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, it was.
Been there.
It was a. Yeah, it was a tough one.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's very sad. I don't think Zac Efron's amazing in this, but he's serviceable.
Yeah,
He's good.
I liked him.
I liked
I
him.
think he did a
I
great
didn't think
job.
he didn't blow me away, but he did good.
Yeah,
Like he
did-
was
did an amazing
very
job.
serviceable.
Yep. He
Um,
looks. I mean, he is
crazy
insanely
silhouette.
ripped.
Oh
Like,
my god.
Like
Kind of gross. Like
Yeah, gross for sure. I
Yeah.
think
the
it's
veins are popping. Like,
But in like his gut is just like pure
it's
muscle.
accepted
It's
fact
got
that
the-
there's a curve where you get too muscly, where it becomes
Yeah.
grotesque.
Yeah.
And unattractive.
But it's kind of like it's perfect for this movie. Like that like
Yeah.
80s aesthetic
Yeah.
of
The
just
80s.
And
gross.
I will say
strong men.
to this movie's themes, like just wrestling and exploring the detriments of that toxic
Mhm.
masculinity and how destructive
Sorry,
that is.
toxic masculinity. I didn't get that from this movie.
No?
At all. No.
Yeah.
That's my crazy take.
That's
This movie's about
that's pretty out
toxic
there.
masculinity,
That's
but,
pretty
like,
out there.
I think it's so smart to tackle that in a film about wrestling and about how
Mhm.
destructive it is and all these deaths, where you see just how it's affected each of these brothers differently, but till
Yeah.
the same end, right? Having to live up to this father's insane expectations, right?
Be perfect.
And the father's crazy.
Father's great.
He's living through his
The
kids
rankings
as
can always
my.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's my favorites.
Basically, he's living through his kids.
I'm gonna start
as my
doing that
friend
with Pit
put it.
Yes. Here's my
Yeah.
favorites.
I better be up there.
David,
David,
Graham,
Graham,
Matt,
Matt,
Jake,
Keegan.
Keegan. No,
But the
wait.
rankings can always
David,
change.
Keegan, Graham, Matt. But the rankings can always
Always
change.
Rankings
change.
can always change.
Wait, I'm the least favorite.
The
First-
rankings can
first
always
step,
change.
Matt. First step, Matt.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah.
Troy.
Jesus.
I love Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very sad movie. I cried at the ending when the sons were
Yeah,
like, "We could be your
that-
brothers now."
Teared me up.
Oh.
I think if it was me, if I was writing that script, I would have taken out the other brother's line where he said, "Yeah, we could be your brothers."
Yeah.
That takes me out of the
Yeah.
emotional core.
Yeah.
And I thought that the first time, and I thought that even more the second time.
That's fair.
I was
for
like,
sure.
that line's
didn't
unnecessary.
distract me
Took
too
me
much,
out of it.
But
But
Good movie though.
Good
I
movie.
mean,
It's
it's
a-
still
it's
it's
an
still
movie.
it's a
loved,
heartbreaker.
loved Carmi in
It's-
this.
Yeah.
Well, fun fact, or not really a fun fact, but when I went home for New Year's, on
Mhm.
New Year's Day, I walked in and I went up to my mom, and it was my mom and
She said, "Shut up."
yeah, and my friend, or not my mom's friend, and I walk in, and then they go, "Oh, what movie did you see?" And then I was just like, "We went to go see Iron Claw." "Oh, what's it about?" And
Sadness.
how
Yeah.
I interpret it was, I walked in, I kind of like grabbed like something to eat, and I just said, "Well, it's a movie basically about tragedy after tragedy after tragedy
The
after
curse.
tragedy."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Is it depressing?" I'm like,
Oh yeah.
"Beyond."
It's
So much fun.
hilarious.
So much fun.
No, it
until
made me
ain't.
laugh.
Yeah.
So much fun until it ain't.
Yeah.
Well,
That
like,
whiplash.
even like the first like half,
Yeah. So
like,
much fun.
it was like,
wrestling
"Oh,
is
this is
great.
so cool," even though there were parts
I'm
where
gonna be a
like,
wrestler.
I'm gonna be a wrestler.
because I know,
Dude, Critterpit wrestling bit.
That'd be
We
great.
all
Yeah,
become
that'd be
wrestlers.
funny.
Yeah.
The
but
critters.
The critters. We take on the pit. Critters versus the
Yeah.
pit. They do the waving flag thing, and
Yeah.
then we take them
Or
out. We do the
critters
wrestling.
versus the mud hole.
The mud.
people.
Yeah. We should do that.
That would be actually
Because
great.
we'll do a wrestling fight, and then we'll do a mud hole fight.
Yeah.
A mud brawl.
And I loved just like this movie's presentation with that black and white at the start, and then
Yes.
like when it was using the framing of the title cards for
Yeah.
the fights. So
Yeah.
effective.
it reminded
so
me a
cool.
lot of Raging Bull.
Never seen it.
Raging Bull's great. You
Yeah.
should check it out.
It just reminded me of it, just because the whole movie's black and white, and it kind of shows like that gritty kind of.
Mhm.
Yeah,
to
the
it.
sweat.
Like when he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I will say though, in real life, the dad, his character was based off a Nazi.
Yeah.
Why the hell wouldn't you include
Fritz
that?
von
yeah,
Erich.
That would
there
have
was
been
there was a lot of
perfect.
things that they did not include.
Like at the end, just like him watching his things back, and just have a shot of him as a Nazi there would have been
Yeah.
so perfect because it's
Because,
real.
well,
you know, it might have
it
taken
wasn't-
me out, but like it's
Yeah.
knowing that's real. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
perfect.
Von Erich was actually his grandmother's name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an
And-
adopted stage name, sort of.
Yeah, so he took that and he based his character off of an actual
Yeah.
Nazi
Yeah.
commander. I don't remember the name.
Shout out.
but
Crazy. Also,
Yeah.
the one brother Michael looks so much like fucking Quentin
Tarantino.
Yes.
It's
The
so
lame brother.
distracting.
Well, not the lame brother.
The best brother.
Yeah.
I love
The
Michael.
best, yeah.
Michael.
Michael,
Great
the
little
musician.
songwriter.
The musician, yeah.
The artist.
That part broke my heart.
Young Tarantino. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Couldn't
I
play
cried.
Yeah,
guitar.
Tarantino.
As a guy who plays bass.
Yeah,
and
I cried when Michael
who
died.
loves to play bass.
Because like Michael is such an. They're all innocent, but Michael.
They
is
are.
such
Michael was
a-
the most innocent, but he was the
Well, he's
one
the
that
youngest
was
brother.
shunned
Yeah.
the most.
And like then
He's the least favorite.
the
so fuck 'em.
the older brother Zac Efron kind of has some. He's kind of complicit a little bit, right? He brought
Yeah.
Michael in. He kind of took on the
He
reins of the
regrets it.
father, you know.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish they got more into that because I feel like that would have hung on him very heavily. But
Mm-hmm.
it was effective nonetheless.
Mhm.
Really good stuff.
Yeah.
Loved this movie, and the music in this so good.
Great music.
Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer.
Oh, and even when Ric Flair's coming out, that just that boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom.
Like,
so
the new
good.
era of
It
wrestling.
sounds-
Like, I
Yeah.
love the.
It sounds 80s.
Yeah.
It's awesome, man. Just the build up to that fight, and Ric Flair's such a character. You
Well,
know?
yeah. And I
just
think
like
another thing that just blows my mind about this movie, like the Carrie's character, he at one point loses a foot, right? And then
Yeah.
he transitions into a WWE
Yeah.
wrestler
And
for like years.
Yeah.
you
and
told
nobody
me,
knew.
Yeah, in real life,
Yeah.
nobody knew
Nobody
until
knew
he died.
until he died.
So crazy. I really want to go and watch some of his fights to see
Yeah.
if you can tell.
Yeah.
Like,
Me
just the way
and my
he would-
friend, we did it
Yeah.
exactly after we watched. I think it was might have been the one that the two boys were watching with their.
Can you tell just the way he like distributes his weight or like moves around the ring? Can you
I
tell at all?
don't remember. Search up.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if I can
like
find
it's
one.
very. It's weird because you watching this, like you
Mhm.
watch the clips.
Yeah.
It's very weird because people who were watching it back then
Mhm.
had no idea what was going on behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and that's what makes it kind of haunting.
We're
See,
watching.
like
Yeah.
this is the one I saw.
All right. So that's
So
Carrie.
that's Carrie
Yeah.
with the blue, I think.
Yeah.
God.
Man. Great
This dude
casting.
does not have a foot.
Yeah. See,
Great casting.
and like people watching this like back in like the '80s, they had no idea what the hell was going
Yeah.
on behind the scenes.
No.
And
Not
Well,
even
nobody
know.
knew.
wrestling's a
No,
very
you can't tell. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
That
'Cause,
is
like,
crazy.
I don't know how stumps work, but I must imagine putting that much pressure on like
It would hurt.
Yeah.
it would hurt like a bitch, man.
It even showed that it hurt.
Yeah.
God, he was even more ripped than
Yeah.
Army. Yeah, that's insane.
But yeah,
That is so impressive.
Well, I
Going-
know that like in real life, he lost his foot. Like he didn't lose it all in the accident. He lost it
Okay.
because he tried to get back on it too quick. Like he
Oh.
didn't give enough time for healing.
Interesting.
So it's like he possibly could have kept it, but
Damn.
but I felt
Yeah.
like
but
I
that
don't know, I
clip,
think
that's
it wa-
crazy.
I think it was
Yeah.
more effective showing him.
Yeah,
just kind of
yeah,
walk
it's
out.
Oh,
instead of him just
absolutely,
crying,
yeah.
Because, like,
Yeah. Streamline the
Because then
film.
it
No,
would
I
be
agree.
another tragedy.
Yeah, and
out of a
another
movie.
another 10 minutes. You know?
Yeah, that we
Yeah,
did
of a movie
not
that
need.
is just basically something that
Another
William
dead
Shakespeare
brother
wrote.
in real life.
Yeah.
Do we know if
Yeah.
that one was a wrestler too?
They were all wrestlers.
all
Fuck,
wrestlers.
man.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Yeah. They,
except for I mean the one that died.
So
The
basically-
youngest.
That boy should be
yeah.
in the ring.
yeah, they cut out a brother.
That's wild,
Because
man.
it-
Insane. Like
Because the
yeah,
director felt
may-
it would have been too depressing.
maybe one of the craziest
Been too
stories
long. Yeah.
just out there. Like just how destructive that is, and so emotional at the end when you see the real life picture.
Yeah.
And it's like he got his dream, where all his kids live with him on his
Yeah.
ranch. It's so good.
And they're
Has-
wrestlers too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
Are
of them
they?
are. Only
Some
two
of them are,
Okay.
yeah.
I hope
Yeah,
it's
they're-
done a
they're
little better.
They have.
fine.
They're
I
okay.
wonder.
Yeah.
They're still alive.
Sam,
They took the
Would you
Von
be able
Erich
to
name
s-
again though.
oof.
I'd
Would
be
you be able
careful
to
with
like
that.
search it up and see if he ever reconnected with his dad? Because I
Interesting.
was actually very curious. Because I
With
don't think
Fritz
he
von-
did.
Well, I don't know that they would. I mean, the way
Yeah.
the movie's told, I doubt they would reconcile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed pretty bad.
Fritz von Erich. Let's see if there's anything on his later life Wikipedia page.
And it was so cool seeing the end, the transition in WWE. You see the names like Andre the Giant
And
and,
then you
Roddy
were-
Piper.
They even
God,
had
bro.
they even had a Sikh reference.
Fritz von Erich
the Sheik.
retired in 1982.
Damn.
That's
Oh shit! So
crazy.
he was still wrestling
Yeah.
during the film. They
Yeah.
did not show that.
A
yeah.
little bit.
He died of brain and lung cancer in 1997.
Oh, okay.
Should have died sooner.
Yeah.
Rest in piss, Fritz.
Rest in piss. Yeah, so Chris was the one that wasn't in. Yeah.
And let's see his.
professional
How did he die?
wrestler.
Yeah.
He looks like him.
Yeah.
He's 21. 1991. Gunshot.
God, man.
He was short as well.
Short King.
Short king.
Thank you, Sam.
Rest in peace, Chris. Rest in power, Chris.
Rest in power. Yeah.
Great film. And going back to that thing I was saying about just the wrestling and how
Oh,
emblematic it is
a
of
good
this.
connection between Ferrari.
Oh yeah.
Born in 1957. Maybe
There
he's
we
an
go.
illegitimate son.
He could have been one of
Ferrari.
Ferrari's.
Ferrari. That's why he survived, because he's
Yeah.
not a Von
Yeah.
Erich.
Exactly.
Kevin Von Erich is Kevin Ferrari.
And he's still alive, Kevin?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Gotta get him on the pit.
Gotta get him on the pit.
So tell us about all your dead brothers.
I wouldn't actually mind interviewing him.
But yeah, I just think just using wrestling to explore masculinity is so smart because
Mhm.
wrestling is so
It's a masculine
performative. It's a
sport.
competition, but it is so performative and based
Purely
entirely
performative.
on how well you look, how well you perform, how
Yeah.
strong you are, all these traditional masculine attributes. And it's so
Well,
interesting.
yeah, how strong you are, like how showy you are. You know,
Yeah,
it's
how
not,
flashy you
yeah.
are with it. It's
Yeah.
so smart to use that to explore this how damaging masculinity is, because it just how hollow it is after the ring when they're in the changing room.
Well,
Right.
yeah, and
Like,
I think it's fun
even-
to use a character like Ric Flair as
Yeah.
well, who's like he's the defeat of the Von Erichs, right?
Yeah. And
But he's
the
not a
most.
traditionally masculine
Yeah.
looking dude, right?
He-
Like he comes out,
Yeah.
he's got the like
Mhm.
It's
pink
Elton John.
flare,
Mhm.
huge like
Naughty
hair.
boy.
Yeah.
It's
And
it's real.
He looks like an
interesting.
Yeah.
he looks like an 80s hair metal.
Yeah,
guy.
he does.
Yeah, it's sick. Loved the film.
Instantly,
7 out
I
of
was
10.
like, "Oh my God, it's Vince from Motley Crue."
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
I like
I gave it a pretty high score. I
Yeah.
gave it 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
It,
yeah.
it touched
It-
me too.
Very
Yeah.
valid.
Very
Wish
fair.
Jake was here to talk about it. I know.
Yeah,
I
Jake-
really
Jake
liked
was
it.
a big
really
fan.
loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it with him, and
Yeah. Yeah.
It was dope.
Very dope.
That's the biopic roundup.
Woo!
Gets better as you go, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keep watching biopics.
Yeah,
Never
I'm
Well, I
tired
end.
of
we
biopics.
also got. Should we talk? No, we should not.
Huh?
Wait a minute, no, that's.
We can talk about that.
I have
It
nothing
is.
to say about it.
Hexen was pretty good.
It was solid.
That one's coming up.
Didn't give it the chance it deserved.
Yeah.
Was preoccupied. Decent film. I don't know.
Decent film. We'll talk about it more when we get to that app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about it more in like an hour.
Yeah, where you have a class on it.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
So we watched 2 films.
2 David Lean movies.
David Lean.
Adaptations of Charles Dickens films.
Yeah. Now I've never seen any Charles Dickens media before, so this was a first for me.
Yep.
It's pretty
Have you
sick.
seen Christmas Carol?
Nope.
Have
Really?
you seen Muppets Christmas Carol?
Yeah.
Nope.
Have you seen Scrooged?
Nope.
You haven't seen any Christmas Carol movies?
Maybe forever ago, but nothing.
Did you see the Disney one that came out?
The one with Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
I have no strong
It's like-
memories
That was
of Charles
horrific.
Dickens, and this
Yeah.
is my intro, and he's okay.
Pretty smart guy.
Smart feller.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think he has some issues he needs to work
Something
through.
tells me he had a rough childhood.
Something tells me he was a little orphan boy.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
Fucking little orphan.
Called it.
Called it.
Called that shit.
In my opinion, he needs to develop as an artist and do something better.
Exactly.
But no, it was good. We watched Great Expectations first.
Yes.
In this little David
19.
Lean double.
46.
1946. Great Expectations.
Let's just say I had some great expectations with this one after summertime.
We have great expectations.
I did not watch this movie.
Yeah,
to
we've
let
seen
you
3
know.
leans now.
Yeah.
Seen all the leans but the famous ones.
No, he directed a lot of movies, I think. Scott.
So wait, so did he do both of these?
Yeah.
So is there any more of Charles Dickens' works that he
Not that I'm aware of.
did?
Not that I know. I
He did these
no research
back
for
to
this.
back, 46 and 48 for this and Oliver Twist.
Yep.
Great Expectations. I liked it.
You want to give a little plot
It
introduction?
follows an orphan
Who would have thought?
who kind of just gets thrown around between groups in his life,
Yep.
and the
Starts off with the nicest man.
yeah, I know, I love the blacksmith.
Yeah.
and it follows just he gets a rich benefactor, a mysterious rich benefactor who teaches him the ways of gentlemen from the shadows. The film kind of follows his progression and his romance, and
Yep.
kind of just goes all over
His
the place a little
terrible
bit.
romance.
Yeah. But yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was really strong at the start. Like, I love the first 10, 15 minutes of this movie.
Yeah, well, he's still
It's-
a little boy.
It's so fairy tale. Like, there's this one shot when he's running out, right, escaping just his life, where he's going out over this hill, and it's all in silhouette. And we
Mhm.
go to that shot repeatedly throughout the film, and it's such a cool transitional kind of
Yeah.
area. It's almost liminal.
It
It's
is.
so cool. I love just all the shots on nature and the emphasis, and so gloomy in that graveyard. It's
Yeah.
really fairy tale, gothic fairy tale.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh, absolutely. Right at the beginning, my first note of the movie, in fact, speaking of like wonderful shots, is when he's running into the cemetery, and he gets framed by a tree, and it's like, oh, Ivan's childhood. It's an Ivan's childhood shot. They got it.
Oh, and all the fog in those scenes, and
Yeah,
I love
so much fog.
It's shot like from a child's perspective, which
Yeah.
I loved. Like,
Your
what it
low
reminded
angles.
me of is just these, as they're going through the fogs, you'd see like a tree creep out just into frame, or a
Yeah.
tombstone jut out, and it reminded me of as a kid, like when you're in your bedroom and your just eyes plays tricks on you. Right?
Yeah.
Just from the corner of your eye, you see a nightstand, and that becomes a person.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of, and it was so cool. There's a lot of like low shots, very childlike perspective, and it's great.
Yeah.
Thought that was so captivating.
Very fun.
And he stumbles upon a convict, an escaped
Yeah.
convict, out in the graveyard.
Convicts asks him for something. Oh, for
little thing
little-
to break out of the
Yeah,
chains and
a
some
file.
food.
Yeah.
And he threatens him with death.
He's like,
makes
"I'll
him
fucking
swear
kill
before
you
the
if you
Bible.
don't."
But our boy comes through.
Yeah,
Yep.
and he brings him like this sick ass pork pie.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
I want to eat that pork pie.
Oh yeah, and there's also another convict out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are intertwined, these two convicts.
Yeah.
It seems like they both accused each other of similar
Mhm.
crimes or something. Like, I don't remember exactly, but
Yeah. It's a whole situation.
yeah.
But anyways, the army comes out and captures the convict, and in my opinion, it felt like if I was the convict, it felt like Pip ratted him
For
out
sure.
completely.
I would have thought that
And that's what I
immediately.
thought the arc was, that this guy was going to be coming for Pip, right?
Yeah.
Because it feels like he ratted him out, but no, he knows what's up.
Yeah.
And there's another really cool shot going back to that hill shot I was talking about with the silhouettes as all the armies going across, and you just see their silhouettes
Yeah,
crossing.
wonderful silhouettes.
That's a big thing in this film and Oliver Twist, I realized, is just a lot of silhouette shots, these shadows the figures cast.
David Lean loves them. Except
Yeah.
for, I don't think there's many in summertime. Summertime
Yeah.
is much more, like, I guess, straightforward in its themes.
Yeah. And I think in this film, my interpretation of all those silhouettes is this film, Great Expectations, is kind of about the expectations of the roles you fill in this society, kind of
Yeah.
who you need to be, right?
Yeah.
Very cast-like.
Certainly that becomes more evident as he, starts to fit into this gentleman's role.
Yeah,
right?
that he's kind of like, this is
Yeah.
who you should be.
Yeah.
This is who you need
Who
to
I'm
be.
expected to be.
Yeah. And I love just the silhouette shots because, that's what expectations are, just this mold to
cutout,
fill,
yeah.
right? And you see that with the army soldiers when he's a boy. There's
Yeah.
this great shot when they're both blacksmithing. It's a bit later in Pip's life, and you just see their
He
silhouettes
becomes an apprentice.
on the wall. It's great. I
Yeah.
loved it. And of course, when he becomes a gentleman, he has the top hat and the great fit and the great bow tie.
Yeah,
and he
this
has that
insanely
silhouette.
large bow tie.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Comically large.
Like the cinematography is gorgeous in this. Like
Yeah, I
this
mean,
and Oliver Twist, just perfect.
Watching these movies, like, I truly understand why people are like,
Yeah.
color film was bad for what film
just
is.
that contrast,
It's so beautiful. Like,
gorgeous.
black
I like
and white.
black and white movies because color kind of distracts me. But
Yeah.
I also like color too. But
There are some beautiful color films, but I think black and white is generally just like
Yeah.
so captivating, so beautiful.
Yeah, and I also thought there was a really good sound design in this, right?
Mhm.
Some like nice howling wind sounds that like really punctuates the emptiness
Yeah.
of this life. This
Absolutely.
these great expectations. There's a great line when they drop it.
Yeah.
He's like his benefactor or his lawyer comes up.
His
The-
benefactor's lawyer.
Yeah, benefactor's lawyer. He's like, "Lad, we have great expectations." It's awesome.
They say it twice. Yeah.
I think I prefer this one to Oliver Twist just because I really like the themes of this film, and I
Mhm.
really like I think it's so much fun, the whole arc with becoming a gentleman, having to be
Absolutely.
polite. It's so British,
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
British.
In it.
There's a romance which I think is not.
Yeah.
the
Well, we should talk a
best.
little bit about that
Yeah.
character. So when Pip is a child, he gets like hired to play in this like woman's house,
Mhm.
who's like this bride to be or to never be, I suppose.
I
and
actually
she
found
just
that
got-
interesting.
Yeah, this character, I forget her name, but
Estelle.
No, Estelle's the girl.
Oh, you mean the older lady?
Yeah, the older
Yeah.
lady. She like hires people to just kind of like hang out in her house.
Yeah.
It gave me a kind of Beauty and the Beast vibes.
So
where-
her whole thing was she was left on
the altar.
Wedding altar, right?
Yeah.
And so she hates men, and her revenge against men is just having this beautiful girl who she'll bring all these boys in who she's trained to hate men,
Yeah,
and is kind of her revenge against the male
it's
race.
so weird.
It is weird, but I thought it was kind of interesting, right? And I think in a different movie that kind of got more into that. It could have
Yeah,
been like the
I think
whole
if that
film.
had been the whole film,
Yeah,
let's
like
see a Von Trier movie.
right?
like
like that's an
that.
interesting setup.
Yeah,
You have to do it right, of course, but
Yeah,
it's interesting. But I think that romance fizzles out. Like becomes pretty uninteresting when she grows up.
I don't
and-
like their romance. Like,
Yeah.
I think that Estella should have fucked off to the being a proper woman's school. Just kind of leave her.
Those are the
the
those are the
past.
parts of the films where I tapped out greatly, and I think the parts of this film where I grabbed and this and Oliver Twist, it's when that we get into that third act, and there's all these characters, and they're all intertwined through like coincidence and luck and just good fortune,
Yeah.
and it's just
Which, I mean, I do think that comes from, you know, if you were raised in these like poor circumstances, you know, like Charles Dickens, every day you're wishing, you're like,
Yeah.
God, what if like
Yeah,
rich
it
benefactor
feels
comes?
wishful,
What if I had like this?
fanciful.
You know, my parents are dead, but maybe I've got a rich grandparent.
And
you know,
I thought it worked more, the rich benefactor in this one being that criminal, that comeback. I thought that was such a
Yeah,
sweet,
I mean, it was a-
great sentimental core.
yeah, it was a callback. It wasn't just like, oh, you got really lucky and found this guy.
Yeah, in the second one, I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Well, in this one, I love that arc. I'm not ashamed to say I cried during this movie when that guy died. Really hit me. I just love the found family kind of like.
Yeah.
Found
What did you
father.
think of the criminal's disguise when
Love
he first
it.
came in?
Love it, man.
Yeah. He
Should have
got
thrown
so
a comically large
disheveled.
nose on that guy.
They should have, yeah.
Should have just used that prop.
Yeah.
And then
Eye
the
patch.
criminal, his criminal arch nemesis comes back. And was it supposed to be that was the guy who left the one lady on the altar? I thought I read something about that.
Was it? I don't know.
Could have
I didn't
been.
get that.
Um,
That sucks if it is.
yeah.
Shitty dude.
But yeah, it all comes undone and he dies. And there's this great escape scene where they're in a steamboat and they're trying to get the guy out of the country.
Yeah.
He doesn't make it
They
though.
fail.
It's a great little action sequence. But yeah.
Yeah. When
Fizzles
Pip,
out.
when Pip gets his benefactor, he moves into a house with Herbert, who's a man that he met earlier
Yeah.
at Estelle's house.
Mhm.
And they had like these very funny fights.
Yeah.
there,
Oh, those are awesome.
where
yeah.
Herbert would challenge
Come on now.
Pip. And you're like, all right, let's fight.
Yeah, he did
and it was
that
just the
classic
classic
boxing.
1920s, like,
Yeah.
come at me.
The shuffling
And
the
yeah,
swinging
and
of
then
the
he'd kind of
arms.
like punch him but miss, and then
yeah.
Pip would just do
knock
the
his
one,
ass out.
yeah,
It was great.
lay him down.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was great.
And then they'd call back to that later again. I thought Pip and Herbert had some good chemistry.
Yeah, and I also love the blacksmith character, as we mentioned
Oh,
earlier.
he's the nicest man
so
in the world.
sweet. I felt so awful for him.
Yeah, there's a point where he comes to London, but Pip is too much of a proper
Yeah,
gentleman.
He's
to,
forgotten where he's come from.
Exactly.
It's sad. That's
Ah.
good. I do really like how the Estelle arc ends in that house, right?
I don't remember.
When he like tears the curtain open.
Right,
And you
yeah.
just see how decrepit this place is.
Yeah.
This mansion, all these
And the-
cobwebs, and the sound in that scene's great. And
Yeah,
it's-
the old bride, just like disintegrates.
yeah, it gets lit on fire.
Yeah,
It's kind of crazy.
yeah.
But it's a lot of like, I just don't really know what I'm watching sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
It's
I think maybe if I had read the book,
it's
know, it
less
would've been good.
confusion of like plot and more like confusion of narrative, kind of, I think.
Sure.
For me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just not really seeing the point or the satisfaction in certain scenes.
Well, I think with that, it really does feel like a literary adaptation where
Yeah,
it's like we
yeah.
have to have these elements, these
Yeah,
parts have to
where-
come from the book.
A more liberal adaptation might have been
Yeah.
better suited here.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I don't know. This movie feels like something I would watch with my grandparents.
Yeah,
You know,
for
where
sure.
it's like
Yeah.
it's pretty like PG.
shout out Critterpit. I probably never would have watched this.
Yeah, exactly.
And I had a great time with it.
Yeah, it was fun.
6 out of 10.
I think I gave it a 7.
Would not buy this Criterion.
I have never
No.
seen the movie, so I have
5 out of 10.
I have no opinion on it. So
All right. Yeah, I
There we go.
also wouldn't buy.
Also, I love the Indiana Jones travel montage they have in there.
Yes.
Wait,
That's
what?
great. And also, they say gay so much in this movie.
They do,
They call Pip a gay man a lot.
and I think he was.
Yeah. Him and Herbert
Him and
should've
Herbert
gone
should have
together.
ended up together. It's just so clear. They're already living together. You know they share a bed. You know they share a bed.
And there's this great tracking shot, I think, when he's going through the mansion and everything's falling apart. And there's like this strobing light and it's tracking.
Yeah.
That was great. But yeah. This
Pretty
is
good.
an LGBTQ plus film. I'm saying it now.
Yep. Everybody's saying it.
Everyone's saying it.
Oh,
6 out of
man.
10. Me likey. Good job, Lean.
There's a line that I wanted to say with the old lady, right? Like when she first like meets Pip and stuff. Like I think one of her first lines is, "I sometimes have sick fancies." I was like, "Oh my god!
Speaking
Oh
of
my
funny
god!"
lines, I think the lawyer said this, but this is so immature of me. But he's like, I have a pretty large experience with boys.
Yeah,
I was like, ha
it's bad.
ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
6 out of 10. Me likey.
I forget who says this, but there's the line, "I have no heart. Perhaps that's why I have no memory." And I
Oh,
really like that
yeah.
line.
Probably the old
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah,
I think for sure. the
Yeah,
old lady.
it must have been.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. 6 out of 10.
6.
Now we're jumping 2
7
years
out of 10.
ahead to 1948 with
Oliver
Oliver Twist.
Oliver. Never before
Ooh.
has a boy wanted more.
Matthew,
It's
I can speak in this one.
Matthew can
Yeah.
talk again. We permit you.
You're allowed.
All right.
Your mic's back on.
Yeah.
Finally.
Really need to pee.
All
Sorry,
right.
guys.
We'll
Okay.
set it up.
Yeah, I kind of had to leave in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But-
Matt had a meeting to go
yeah.
to. Very important
But
meeting.
I read
But you read the book.
I've read the book.
You were in the play, or you sang
no,
a song from the play?
So, a little bit of history.
Yeah.
Behind Matt, I used to do musical theater.
Hell yeah.
Don't ask me to do a musical. I can't stand musicals nowadays. But, yeah. So I had a voice teacher, and
Yeah.
she would, like, because as someone who has to sing on stage, you have to have a music teacher to help, like, keep your voice healthy and make sure that you're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I did have one, and I have a really great monotone voice. Or so she says nowadays. I'm like, whatever. But so one day during one of my classes, she came up to me with this sheet of music,
Okay.
and well, actually, I did 2 songs from the musical. The first one was "Consider Yourself."
Consider yourself.
Yeah.
Consider
Consider
yourself a
Part of the family. But yeah, I sang that song. It didn't really work for my voice though,
Yeah.
because I would actually have to hire my voice and like
Yeah.
go, "Consider yourself one of us," like something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So that was kind of like my first introduction towards Oliver Twist as music,
Yeah.
as a musical.
I was also in the musical production of Oliver Twist when I was a kid.
However, the second sheet of music she handed me was also from that same show.
Okay.
And this was like months down the line when I was doing like Javert's
Yeah.
Suicide and like
Yep.
Jekyll and Hyde the musical and all that stuff.
Classics.
She comes up to me and she gives me this, and it is oh my god,
Fagin?
It is Fagin's song.
Yeah.
It is
Sing a little bit.
I don't even remember some of the words. But it's like basically the whole song. It's like it's one of my favorite songs I've ever sang because it starts off really slow.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Well, maybe I should get married." And he's like singing. And he keeps on singing. And as he keeps singing, he goes, "The money she will steal from me, and all the stuff she'll steal from me, and the finger she will point at me, the ways that she'll nag at me," or something like that.
There you go.
And I started laughing. I could not do this whole song.
Fagin was
Yeah.
a fun character.
But he is probably my favorite character Charles Dickens has ever wrote.
Yeah, he was super fun. I
'Cause-
found that whole like street urchin gathering
Yes.
these kids,
Yeah.
getting them
The
The
training.
Artful Dodger. This is
Yeah.
a perfect name.
Is
Artful
really
Dodger.
fun.
Yeah.
But crazy nose.
Crazy nose.
Probably the craziest prosthetic nose I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's his beat out Maestro.
craziest
And-
nose since Maestro.
It really
Yeah.
didn't help the fact that Charles Dickinson flat out like calls him Jewish.
Yeah, it's
Like,
anti-Semitic.
to-
Yeah.
It's a hate
very
crime.
anti-Semitic. He's very much.
It's
It
a
is
hate
so
crime.
good.
literally the first like in the book, and I remember this when they introduce him. They call him literally Fagin the Jew.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and he's
whoa.
like obsessing over his jewels. And he
Wow,
Yeah.
you are going
It's
there
a hate crime.
quickly.
Alec Guinness, shame on you.
Shame on you, Alec
But-
Guinness.
Rest in piss. No, I'm joking.
But yeah, he was a
Um,
very he was,
Come on the pod.
Come on the pod, please.
because in Oliver in the book he's very much kind of a comedic villain.
yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah, like that's
And he
how-
was in this too.
If somebody ever asks me like, "Oh, how would you describe him?" I'd call him.
I'd call
Did he
him-
have an ending in this movie? Did we see what happened with
He
Fagin?
was. He must have been
Arrested.
taken by the mob.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was killed?
He gets killed.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
There was a giant mob at the end there. I don't
Yeah.
think many people were getting through.
So, Oliver Twist. Please, sir, can I
Please,
have some
I'll
more?
have some more.
I liked it. I think this is much weaker than Great Expectations. I was expecting them to stay in the workhouse a lot more. That's all I was familiar with this
Yeah,
story.
I think there's more workhouse in the musical version.
Yeah.
as well. I seem to remember that.
okay, so I just searched up that song. It's called "Reviewing the Situation."
There
Okay.
you go.
Yeah.
Let's review this film.
Yeah.
All right.
Great shots. Gorgeous film.
Beautiful movie.
Beautiful. And some really fun expressionistic camera movement.
Yeah.
Like when the mob's chasing not Pip, Oliver, and he's running through the
Oliver.
crowds, and you get these POV shots of him running up the stairs, and
Yeah.
a POV shot of him getting punched in the face.
God, that shot is crazy.
We're gonna recreate that
Yeah.
someday.
Someday soon.
Someday soon.
Maybe for Samfeld.
Maybe for Sam. It was a lot of fun. I think same issues with Great Expectations. It fizzles out a lot when you get to those third acts, and there's a lot of characters, and Oliver's not in it. And
Yeah.
it's a lot of exposition.
Well, Oliver's just like left behind
He's not in it like at all.
because they have to tie up all these loose ends and make like they're like make it make sense. They're like,
Yeah.
he needs to end up with his grandfather, but
Yeah.
to do that, it's like there's this painting. We have to see the painting in the mom's
And I
locket.
hated the grandfather.
I like the grand. I mean, he's
No, I
a
like
nice
him,
gentleman.
but I hate the idea of just rich manufactured.
Just
Again,
having
yeah.
there.
I think if it wasn't his grandfather and it was just the man he pickpocketed who through the kindness of his heart, right, saw a boy suffering,
Yeah.
decided to do good, which then
I
the
mean,
plot
for
would,
a while, he doesn't know that it's
okay.
his grandson, right?
We
He's
don't
still being
even-
nice.
We
I
don't
mean,
even need that.
Let's face
Yeah.
it. Your grandson goes. Your daughter leaves. Is it daughter or is it?
Yeah, it was his daughter.
Yeah. So like your daughter leaves. You haven't seen her in how long? You don't know how she's doing.
Well,
How the hell are you gonna notice that your grandson is trying to pickpocket you? You don't even know what he looks like.
Yeah.
yeah.
I just thought it would have been much more
I don't even remember how he found out it was his
emotionally
grandson.
resonant if it
Yeah.
was not his grandfather.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But
I would prefer that.
Now we're getting into roasting Charles Dickens' work, which is a touchy area.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it is on David Lean for
Yeah.
not adapting it well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as an adaptation, I think it kind of fails in that respect a little bit,
Mhm.
which is harsh to say, and like it feels pretentious, right, to these lofty artists to say.
Yeah, I mean,
could
like,
have been done better, but
we're criticizing David Lean and Charles Dickens,
But, like-
two of the greatest of their respective,
I
eras.
think
era,
we got
yeah.
a point though.
I do. I mean, I think that we can still criticize, and
Yeah.
I think we have fair criticism too.
Yeah,
To this day, Charles Dickens has one of the highest selling
great
books
artist,
of
great
all
Yeah.
artist.
time.
We're not here to
Yeah, we're not
dismantle the legacy
denying
of
that.
Charles Dickens.
And also, like, I mean, Oliver Twist is still like a musical that's performed
Yeah.
everywhere.
I just think
Yeah.
not his grandpa.
Yeah.
Hashtag shouldn't have been related.
Hashtag should have been a criminal.
Should have been a criminal.
Should have Fagin should have adopted him.
Yeah.
Should have ended with them and the Artful Dodger.
It's really fun. I love this scene with Monk or Sives.
Sykes.
Bill
Sykes.
Sykes.
Sykes!
After he's murdered Nancy and he's
yeah.
in that room and we're using the camera and the overlapping dialogue, right? This
Mhm.
clever sound design to show his just paranoia, right? And his fearful mind. It's a great scene.
Great scene.
Really cool. I love in these older movies when you see that camera and the movement and sound design gets super expressionistic. It always
Yeah.
blows me away.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
cool. Like I was talking in M when the camera gets really expressionistic in that movie.
Yeah.
It's so
I mean,
cool to see.
Him is just like a perfect movie.
It
you
is,
know?
yeah. But I always just resonates with me so much.
Yeah.
And there's so much of that in this movie, and I think on a rewatch that will stand out to me a lot more
Mhm.
when I'm not like stuck on the plot and the narrative.
Yeah.
A little less.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it was good we watched this one together.
yeah,
This was,
for sure.
This was the first like Critterpit movie that we intended as a
Yeah.
Critterpit movie to watch.
Yeah,
which
we
was
got
good.
the mob together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big mob
Great
movie.
mob movie.
I had a theory. Do you think countries with monarchies are more likely to mob?
Yes.
They just have that group
Yeah.
mentality.
You think
they just
so?
see something and
Yeah.
they follow.
Because all you have to do is God bless the Queen.
Ah!
God bless the Queen.
All
Let's
the-
go.
All
Let's
the
go.
punk rockers.
Stop thief.
Yeah.
Stop thief.
Because there's like 2 different scenes in this movie where mobs just form because some dude's chasing a dog or a kid. And
Yeah.
everyone in the town's
Everybody
like, we're
follows.
mobbing.
Fuck
Get
yeah.
down the beast.
And it's like the entire town is
yeah,
there too.
it's comical, but it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And this movie is at its funnest when it's those scenes or the orphans running around pickpocketing people. It's at its worst when it's old British dudes talking about an orphan or his orphan's relations or how do
Yeah.
you know this orphan or where's this orphan?
Where's the orphan?
Where's the orphan?
I kind of started
I'll
laughing.
give you £5 for this orphan.
I check out hardcore.
I kind of
Yeah.
started laughing when
and there's
like,
so many
they,
characters.
Yeah, my lord.
And
man.
some of the characters look kind of similar. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
but like, sorry to harp on a point, but gorgeous film, like just
Yeah, so beautiful.
The compositions are perfect, man.
I think
like,
the score is also quite
when
nice.
they're in the workhouse and they shoot the architecture to be so hostile and so crushing, right?
Yeah.
Just all those high shots of like the
You see the signs in the back.
the fence, right, with the spokes
Right.
coming up and like
Yeah.
clawing
The
into the kids.
crooks.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Just you always hear people say you really want to learn filmmaking and pacing,
Mhm.
just watch a movie with the sound off, right?
Yeah.
And you could do that with these 2 movies because
Absolutely.
so much is conveyed.
And at the
in
end, you'd
just
be
the
like, what the
composition.
fuck is happening? It's
Oh,
all
yeah.
talking.
Yeah,
just make up a dub.
Yeah.
it was sick though. I liked it.
I liked it.
Please, sir, can I have some more Oliver Twist?
Please,
Might
sir.
have some
My
more
Oliver
David Lean.
Twist in my
Might
film.
have some more
What?
David Lean.
Hmm?
What?
What?
That's what Roman Polanski was saying when he made this
Oh,
movie. Oh,
too soon, too soon.
As it is kind of soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
When was it made? 2005.
2005. Shame on you, Ben Kingsley, for working with a known rapist pedophile.
Shame on you.
Shame on Adrian Brody too. Pianist is great, but you worked with a rapist pedophile who's on the run.
Literally on the run.
Polanski?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Shame on every single actor and producer and person who has worked with Roman Polanski.
Who signed that?
Post.
Who signed that?
Shame on you,
list.
Scorsese. Shame on you.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I was going on Letterboxd being like, oh, who's seen this film? And I just saw Martin Scorsese there. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot. He's on here. I
Yeah.
feel so into it. I'm like, who's this? It's Marty.
Marty.
What the fuck?
Marty liked your review.
We're friends. You know, we like each other's
Yeah.
reviews. We comment.
Marty's on the pit soon. He'll come on.
Yeah, he's commented on my reviews being like, great review.
Great review.
Keep it up.
Great insight.
Great insight.
Good
Yeah.
job, son.
Great
Yeah.
insight. Haxon wasn't
Dude.
really paying attention.
If Martin Scorsese said great insight, son, to me, I'd cry.
Oh yeah.
I'd cry like a
I'd
baby.
die.
I'd hug him and
My heart would explode.
I'd hug him too tight and kill him, probably. You know?
The little man.
Yeah, little man, yeah. Come here, guy. Come here, guy. We love you, Scorsese.
Love you, Marty.
Love
I'm
Marty.
excited for
God
your
bless the
80-minute
Italians.
Jesus movie.
Oh,
Wait,
that,
what?
That
That's-
gets
that's
my
coming?
dick hard. Yeah. That's coming.
I didn't know that was.
call that a lean film.
Oh.
Oh.
Another good thing about lean movies, so far they've all been under 2 hours. I'm sure that will never
Lean?
change and not his
Yeah.
most popular movie.
So what else?
Lawrence of
was-
Arabia is only like 90 minutes, right?
Done Lawrence, River,
Dr.
Bridge,
Zhivago.
Kauai, Dr. Zhivago, The
Okay, so I have
Outsiders.
seen Lawrence of Arabia.
Not The Outsiders.
No, not The Outsiders. It's something like that.
Okay.
It's a black and white movie. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
I think Coppola did The Outsiders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the gang one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The classic. Ethan's checking his letterbox.
Need to know. I need to know.
Yeah, David Lean's great. It is kind of funny that we've seen 3 David Lean movies and none of them are like
Yeah.
the most popular movies.
Brief Encounter. Where did I get The Outsiders?
I don't know.
Silly boy.
Idiot.
Idiot, man.
The boy's an idiot. The boy's a fool.
The boy's a fool.
The boy's a fool. Do you know it's your birthday? No.
The boy's a fool.
Do you know you're an orphan? No.
Kid doesn't even
A
know what a
boy's a
calendar
fool.
is properly.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Boy's been in a workhouse for the first
Like,
9
what
years of his
month is
life.
it? What's a
Surprised.
month?
Honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm surprised you could speak.
What's a January?
Yeah.
What's a February?
What's
like,
anything
right?
outside of this? What's the
boy-
sky?
The boy's a fucking
Boy's
idiot.
a fool.
Get him!
Go give him some. Give him half
Yeah.
a gruel portion.
Yeah. Half gruel for you, boy.
Yeah.
It's the
Boy's a
meat.
fool.
The meat has made him aggressive.
Okay, this is a question I want to
Yeah.
ask both of you. There's a scene in this film where Oliver Twist beats up like 3 people. How many 9-year-old of yourself could you take on in a fight?
Oh, so many.
How many do you think
So
you could beat
many.
up? Because
At
Oliver
least-
Twist went through those guys.
At least 50.
You think you can take 50 of yourself at 9
yeah.
years old?
Of me?
Yeah.
Yeah, of you.
I was a weak boy.
Oh,
I was a
weak
tiny boy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like the same height.
At
I was
9?
9 years
Fuck
old.
off. You're 6'5" at 9.
No, I was probably like 5'9" or
No,
something
you
like
weren't.
that. Yeah, I was.
At 9?
You're taller
Tall.
than me at 9, man.
I was.
Okay, you gotta pull
Picture
up some
or
pictures,
no?
man.
Yeah.
Matt's
No
taking
way.
like 2 of his
Yeah,
9-year-old
Matt.
self.
Every
Matt's
single
like, I was
every single
ripped.
year. I wasn't ripped. I was fat as hell. But
That's like it's a 1v1.
every single year,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was always on the top row.
Damn, okay.
Sure, but I don't think you were that tall at
Yeah,
9.
yeah.
9's like grade 3.
You'll
right?
come back to us with the height of how you were, and we'll
I'll
properly.
I'll do some research
Yeah.
from what I can remember.
How many
Don't remember.
9-year-old
Yeah.
Matts could Matt take?
1.
1v1 brutal fight to the death.
It would be tough.
No. I could probably take like 100 of me.
Okay.
Not if you're
Nowadays,
like 5'9",
Yeah.
bro.
I was weak.
I could take like hundreds a lot, man. Are they one at a time
One at a
or
time.
all at once?
All at once.
Staggered waves?
Yeah, staggered wave. So it
Oh, I could go
starts.
for a long
yeah.
time.
What could you get up to? I guess that's the question.
I think 50 I could confidently.
50 at a time.
No,
like,
no.
all
Like
So if
50,
it's staggered wave, then probably
because you get
I'd say
tired after a
40.
while, but I think I could take 50 at least if it's staggered.
Mm.
Staggered
all at
wave.
once, I'm getting whopped. I'll probably take out 10 of them. But
Yeah.
you can't overestimate yourself, man. You're at 50, anything is going to take you out. You know?
If
Okay.
it's
And
like-
then does the
if
question
it's-
change if your 9-year-old self has eaten meat?
Well, if they're
Yes.
well fed, yeah.
I can only take one of me.
If it's an emaciated Ethan,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Is it
I'm
a
going through
mealy boy
hunt.
or a beefy boy?
Yeah. You look at us. Are we mealy boys or beefy faced boys? Us critters. There's
There are
two types of boys.
I don't know.
Come on, Matt.
As a kid or
Right
Right
now.
now.
Right now, definitely not beefy.
I'm a
Okay.
mealy boy.
Probably.
Mealy
Okay.
boys.
You're a mealy boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd call you mealy.
Soundbite
Mealy
that.
boys.
Soundbite that. I'd call you
That's
mealy.
on the. You should put a sticker up on the case.
Is that gonna be my new
Brutal.
catchphrase?
Yeah.
Brutal.
No,
I'd
that's
call
good.
you mealy.
I'd call you mealy.
But yeah, 6 out of 10. Liked Great Expectations
6 out of
more,
10.
And I think
I like
this
these
is
both.
a film that I'll
I need
like
to
a
finish the
lot
movie.
more on rewatch.
When I have an orphan child.
I haven't-
When I discover my orphan grandson,
Yeah,
I will.
film
This movie will hit.
hit.
Yeah.
When I'm a criminal and there's a boy, right, who I'm like, get me some food or I'll kill you. And he does that. He gets my
Don't tell
riches,
anybody I'm
my
fucking here.
inheritance.
Yeah.
Great Expectations will be a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you give Oliver Twist?
Oliver Twist, from what I
Oliver
saw,
Twist.
Oliver Twist.
I'd probably say like 7,
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems fair. From
Would
what
you
I've seen,
buy
if-
this criterion?
Probably not. To be
Yeah.
honest, I to tell you the truth, I didn't like the book.
Okay.
I was-
Shit.
I was not a fan.
We
of
are
it.
going on Charles Dickens.
Fuck Charles
No,
Dickens.
Fuck
Fuck
Charles
I like
Dickens.
I like
Fuck
Char-
Charles
I've only read-
Dickens.
I've only read 2 Charles Dickens books.
And they sucked.
No, I liked Christmas Carol,
Okay.
but
So he's a hit or miss author,
yeah.
this
Oliver
Charlie
Twist,
Dickens.
Oliver
50
Twist, I
he's
did
batting
not
1 for 2.
really enjoy it. If I were to read it now,
He's a one-hit wonder.
Is he a New York Times bestseller? I don't know.
Charlie Dickens, a
Tale of Two
one-hit
Cities
wonder.
is his most.
Okay, pull
selling
up
book.
Charles Dickens' Wikipedia. I kind of want to see some of his lore,
Yeah,
like his
So,
upbringing.
It's
I
gonna be
know-
a beefy Wikipedia page.
Yeah,
I know
just
Tale
skim
of
it.
Two Cities was one of his the highest selling book at some point.
Charles Dickens. Novelist and social
yeah.
critic. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
It's not what I
Love.
expected him to look like.
yeah.
That tracks. I think.
Neil Gaiman actually considers him one of the greatest writers of all time.
And Neil Gaiman was a good writer himself.
Neil Gaiman wrote like
What do you wanna
Graveyard
see?
Book.
Just upbringing.
Early life.
He left school.
Was he an orphan?
Second of 8 children.
Oh, that's rough. Was he an orphan?
Doesn't seem like he was an orphan.
Who has been
No.
telling me he's an orphan? That's been you, man.
I thought he was an orphan. This
Damn,
was wrong.
Charles Dickens is a fucking hack.
God damn it.
Liar. Stolen valor.
Did
Guess
he
I was wrong.
orphan his child? He.
Yeah, he's a father of orphans.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't like him anymore.
Wait, he went to prison?
Okay.
I think that was for Tale of Two Cities. I'm pretty sure.
Glad we fact checked that because I would have gone through my entire life saying Charles
I'm glad
Dickens
you did
was
because I thought he was an
an
orphan.
orphan.
I could have sworn someone told me he was an orphan, but
Well, check it out. Let me Google orphan.
Yeah. We're breaking.
Oh my God, he has a
7
lot of
orphans?
orphans. Pip it-
Dickens.
David Copperfield.
Pip. Okay, Pip is not as bad as Oliver Twist. You can say Pip should not be the #1 orphan, like unfortunate orphan.
I think
Oliver
he's-
Twist is worse.
I think Pip's he's my favorite
Hold on.
orphan.
He's my
What
favorite
what
orphan,
happened
but
to Charles?
he got a better upbringing than Oliver
Yeah.
Twist,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, he was pampered from like 14
Wait,
on.
it sasays what happened to Charles Dickens when he was 12.
Oh, yeah, what
I
did?
did.
See.
12-year-old. Okay, he
Okay,
did work
so
at a
he-
factory.
so
I
he
knew.
was
I knew he
forced
worked at a
to work.
factory.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so he has some clout.
Okay.
yeah.
He has some street cred.
But he was 12. Fucking Oliver Twist did that shit when he was 9.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I heard. I don't know.
All right, yeah, #1.
It's Pip from Great
Okay.
Expectations.
Is this a colored version of?
Yeah, they made a bunch
Oh,
of
yeah.
remakes.
Charles Dickens ones, like there's probably 60 of it.
But
each.
is this the same one? Like, looks like a similar cast.
Can't be.
David Copperfield.
David Copperfield.
Is Oliver Twist even gonna make the list?
Sidney
That's
Clayton
very
from A Tale
surprising.
of Two Cities.
Trying to be different.
Martin Cheswick. Cheswick?
Oh, there's a great name in. Great
God, he's not-
Expectations. I
Wait,
forgot.
Oliver Twist. Yeah, he's
He's
number
number 7.
7 of 7. Are you kidding me?
It's kind of fucked, man. There's a great name, Wilfred Shingleton in Great Expectations. I love that name.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the lean roundup. And
We did it.
biopic roundup. I was gonna make the joke that these films were biopics in a way, but Charles Dickens is not
not
an
an
Not
orphan.
an orphan.
So
Big-
As it turns out.
shout out David Lean though. I love this.
Why was he writing so many orphan books then?
Like
Maybe
What
because
I-
he probably grew up around him.
what I love about The Pit is just getting forced to watch these movies I'd never or take a while to get around to.
I wouldn't throw this on.
Mm-mm.
I might.
Right.
It's possible I would throw
But,
on
like-
Oliver Twist. You know, I've heard that
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
I would never throw on Great Expectations.
And I think our film knowledge has expanded. We're more
Absolutely.
appreciative of film. We've seen more.
Yep.
We're growing our
There's some
repertoire.
things I would steal.
Exactly.
Now let's all go see Ferrari again.
Ferrari.
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 Ferrari. Josephine, I want to have sex with you.
Shut up.
Okay, bye.
Great
So long.
expectations.
Yeah.
Please,
I don't know what
Can I
do
have some more
what's an out,
cinema?
what do I say just as an outro.
Well, yeah. And then if I ancestors or if I assumed it was coming from, of course, it could have been anybody. And there's just
Straight up.
straight up.
Straight up.
Let's go downstairs.
Let's go to the pit.
All right.
Work.
Clean.
It's the hard knock life for us. It's the hard knock life for us. Instead of treated, we get tricked. Instead of kisses, I get kicked. It's the hard knock life. Got no folks to speak. It's hard knock life. Gone blankets. Empty bellies. Instead of full, it's the hard knock life. Standing full. Okay.
I think that was good.